What are you looking at?
Nothing. Never mind.
Blake, I'm the one who's been missing for weeks. While you've been sighted, you made a videotape. You said goodbye to your loved ones, which proves that you were nowhere near this place at the time of your alleged abduction. You see, simple deduction would lead one to believe that the real victim in this scenario is Tori Granger. You're not going to win this time, Tori. You're not going to win. Hey, mister, excuse me, but, do you have a quarter?
What?
Can I have a quarter? I need to report a crime.
She's been gone for more than 48 hours, so I won't file. That's her photograph.
Ross, I got your message. Blake is still missing?
Yes, Holly, I'm worried sick.
And you are?
Blake Marlar is my daughter.
Give me a minute. I'll make some copies of Mrs. Marlar's photo.
All right, thank you, Manny.
You're filing a missing persons report?
Yeah, well, I have to. She's been gone for more than 48 hours. She's not picking up her cell phone. She's not leaving me a message. The kids are getting upset. I don't know what to tell them anymore.
This is a nightmare. I thought everything was better between you two.
Well, they were. I mean, we were having a good time in New York, and she had forgiven me for what happened with Tori. At least that's what she said.
That's what she told me.
Now she's not here. I come back from New York, and she's gone. Where is she?
I spent the night with her after Rick and Mel's engagement party.
Did she say anything about going away?
Not a word.
And she seemed all right to you?
Well, it was intense. We were talking about my lying about the affair, but everything seemed fine then.
Now you understand why I'm so worried.
Ross, Holly, Officer Manning just told me you're planning to file a missing persons report on Blake.
Yeah.
I don't think you should consider her missing.
No one has seen her for days.
Oh, I understand that, but I think considering Blake's actions, we should start to think of her as a fugitive from justice.
Relax, Jenny. Just relax, okay? The ticker's doing fine. Everything's going okay. I just want some fresh air. That's all.
I don't know, Dr. Bauer. It's pretty chilly out here. You're not dressed warmly enough.
Jenny, if you want to apply for the job of my mother, I'll move the application to the frontal line because yours is so darn cute. Okay?
I can stay if you'd like the company.
No. Yes, no, that's fine. That's fine. All I just want to do is I just want to be out here by myself and just commune with nature.
All right.
If you don't mind.
Promise me if you need anything, you'll page me.
I will. And don't worry about Nurse Ratched, okay? I'll say you've done a really good job, okay? Thank you.
Sorry. So. Oh, look who it is. Good morning, sunshine. Out here early, huh?
Nurse?
Early bird catches the worm.
Yeah, looks like I'm stuck with the wind whether I like it or not. Where's Harley? Where's Harley?
I'm flying solo today.
So what did I do, Detective? Did I run over an old lady with my wheelchair? I mean...
No. I just, came to bring you a little, get well present.
Well, took you long enough, Carmen?
And a good morning to you, too. Why don't they ever change this menu? Is there anything good here?
Absolutely nothing. Why couldn't you meet me last night?
I had business to take care of.
Really? Is that the kind of sleeping over business?
Why, Edmund, are you jealous?
Should I be?
Well, I wouldn't mind if you were.
All right, then. The truth is, I was insane with jealousy last night when you refused to meet me.
Well, I'm here now, and I'm all yours.
Good, I wish. Well, I have news about Ed Bauer.
Where is he, and is he coming back to Springfield?
He's still alive, but I dare say his return to Springfield depends on you.
How do you figure that?
Because Danny won't be able to bring him back here on his own.
Well, we'll be more than happy to do whatever it is I can.
I thought that might be the case. That's why I wanted to speak to you first before I went to Danny. Now, Carmen, you are a charming, beautiful woman after whom I deeply and passionately lust.
Just drop the other shoe, Edmund.
But if you have one failing, and just one, it's your, for lack of a better word, obsession with your son. you would do anything, and I mean anything, to get him to love you.
Yes. And what's wrong with that?
Well, nothing, per se, but you do have a tendency to overplay your hand. As beautiful and as soft as it is, Danny doesn't always respond to it well. So yes, he's going to need you. But a word of caution, tread lightly. Carmen, please.
Thanks for your advice, Edmund, but it's not necessary. Danny is vulnerable right now, and if he wants to go off and find his long-lost father-in-law and bring him back from Africa, he's going to need me.
Well, I wouldn't go celebrating just yet. Danny has a mind of his own, and this is going to have to be engineered very carefully.
Danny may think he is in control of his own mind, but what he's not in control of is his heart. And that's where I have him.
Morning, sexy.
Hey,
Hey. You got up early today.
what time is it?
Oh, so early. What are you doing? You got a test?
Something like that.
How to obtain an emergency visa. Now, something tells me that's not a part of your PA course.
I've been doing a little research on the internet about getting into Kenya as soon as possible. I'm still trying to find my father.
Okay, but you don't have to... I mean, why you don't have to hide this from me. I know that you want to help Rick. So do I. Everybody does.
I just feel like I'm just feeling a little helpless right now, you know? Rick is stuck in the hospital, and I feel like if my dad was here, he'd be able to help Rick, even just a little.
I know, baby.
I am a baby.
Come on, I know I didn't mean it like that.
No, I am. All I can think about. If something goes wrong, Dad'll fix it. Dad'll make it better. It's terrible. I'm a grown woman. I'm still wanting my father.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all.
This portion of Guiding Light is presented by Best Western, the world's largest hotel chain. Call 1-800-WESTERN.
I just miss him so much, Danny.
I know.
I mean, I'm a wife and I'm a mother. And all I can think about is wanting my dad back. Wanting him here to make everything all right.
Hey. Something that I want to tell you.
Oh, he's gonna have to have his breakfast. What did you want to tell me?
Nothing. I'll get Robbie. Let me take care of it.
No, you know what? I need the
Honey,
distraction.
please, honey. Whatever I can do to help, will you just tell me and I will do it.
You're doing it. You're doing it, really, just by being here.
I'll get it. Hey, Mel.
Hey,
How's it going?
I hope I'm not too early. Michelle and I are carpooling today.
No, come on in. No, Michelle's she's upstairs. She's dealing with Robbie. She should be down in a few minutes. Want some coffee?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Sure. Hey, Mel, can I ask you something? I guess it's kind of personal.
Well, considering we're about to be related, I think it's okay. Thanks.
It's about Rick. What are his chances? I'm sorry, forget it.
No, it's good to talk about it. Well, if Rick gets a heart, he's got a shot, but it's just hard to predict.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I just wish that I could snap my fingers and give Rick a new heart and just make him better.
I needed his diaper changed and then he went back to sleep. Mel.
Hey.
Oh, God. I completely forgot.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm early, so you can take your time.
Okay.
No, I got a good idea, honey. Why don't you take today off? I mean, I'm sure the school's not gonna flunk you for playing hooky one day. Why don't you spend the day with me and Robbie and maybe take Robbie to the hospital to see Rick? I'm sure Rick would really like to see him.
Yeah, I'll talk to your teacher. I'm sure he'll understand.
Wouldn't mind taking a nice long bath.
Yeah, use those bath salts that I got you that you like so much. It's a good idea. Get it. What are you doing here?
Well, I hope this isn't a bad time, but I thought you might want to hear back from me. Good morning.
Why would Danny want to hear back from you?
It's about his tab at the club. This might take a little while. Can we, why don't we have lunch later? Can we do that? Can we meet up for lunch?
You know what? I've got to study during lunch, so no. You know, we should probably go, because I don't want to be late.
Honey, Michelle.
I don't understand, Danny. You come to Edmund for help and you don't mention it to Michelle. Keeping secrets from your wife again, I see.
Well, this may come as a shock to you, but you and I are we're not friends. I mean...
Well, no, we're not exactly friends, no. No, maybe not.
Maybe?
All right, Bauer, I'll tell you what's going on. I got a little problem.
I knew it. I'm sick. I knew
It's
it.
about somebody that I care about.
Harley, right?
Well, here's what's going on, all right? Harley cares about you, and she worries about you. And I care about Harley, and I worry about Harley. So I guess, you know, by some kind of default, I, you know, care about you, maybe. Worry about you.
This story's making me sick.
No. Thank you, Gus, for your concern. Thank you, Gus, for your very generous present.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Gus, I'm a sick man. I got a heart problem. I don't need a hernia.
Well, don't you want to know what's in it? Aren't you curious? A little bit
I am
curious?
really curious. I mean, you spend at least 16 seconds wrapping
This was hard for me to wrap. You have no idea what I dealt with here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to open this up, but if anything comes out and bites me, I'm going to sue you.
That's no problem. Go ahead.
Bowling ball.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's so round.
It's a bowling ball. It's not chocolate. It's not flowers. You get cavities with candy. It's a bowling ball, and it's gonna be very useful.
When?
When you bowl. When you get out of here. And you will get out of here. Because Harley's counting on it. Why on earth would you consider Blake a fugitive from justice?
Well, as worried as you are about where she is, I am worried about what she's done.
What do you mean? What do you mean what she's done?
Well, let me tell you what I know. We think that Tori committed suicide, right?
You no longer think that?
Didn't Blake tell you? Oh, I'm shocked. I can't believe it. Remember the dock worker, the one who saw Tori take a dive into the lake? Well, he changed his story. He was actually paid to say he saw Tori commit suicide.
Who did he say paid him?
Blake.
Oh, Harley, that's ridiculous.
Oh, there's more. There was a letter that was delivered here to the station. It was a letter that Tori wrote to a friend of hers saying if anything should happen to her, we should look to Blake as being responsible.
A letter from Tori. Please tell me you're not taking this seriously.
Harley, this is a practical joke. It's got to be.
Well, I hope that's true, Holly, but how come every time I try to question Blake, she puts me off? And now you're saying she's missing again? I mean, come on. She is obviously avoiding all of us. And if I know Blake, it's because she has done something wrong. Hello? Anybody home? I asked you if you had a quarter.
Lady, you're crazy. Or just a quarter. Why don't I take my wallet while you're at it?
Oh, come on, just give me a quarter. If you give me your address, I'll pay you back.
Take two.
Thanks.
nothing to do with Tori's death. I mean, for God's sakes, she's one of your best friends. You've known her for years. You think she's capable of murder?
I didn't say murder. I said something. And why don't get your phone, and then we'll talk more.
Ross Marler.
Ross.
Blake, where are you? I've been worried sick.
Ross, I need to see you.
I'm at the police station. I'll meet you here.
No. Come down to the ferry docks, alone.
Why? What's happening?
Ross, just trust me on this, okay?
All right. Look, I'm sorry that was my office. A bit of an emergency. I have to go.
Now? What's more important than finding Blake?
What more can I do here? A client needs me.
Ross, after everything I just told you about Tori and Blake, this is not more important?
Of course it is, but I don't have an explanation. I obviously don't have Blake, so I'm gonna go. I'll see you.
I really don't understand, Danny. You're doing a very nice thing, trying to find Michelle's father. Why wouldn't you want her to know?
I don't want to get Michelle's hopes up that her father will be back in time to see Rick. If he isn't, then it would be too devastating for everybody.
Well, I guess that's what I come in. My sources have located Ed Bauer.
Great. Where is he? How soon can he be here?
Well, there's a problem. He's still in Africa, but it's going to take a small fortune to get him out.
I'll explain.
Well, Ed Bauer was kidnapped several years ago by a revolutionary group. They needed him for his medical skills, and they've been holding him prisoner ever since.
Well, you've got special ops guys over there. You use them to get him out.
Well, we could do that, of course, but there is an alternative, one less violent. The group is willing to let him go in exchange for enough money to buy medical supplies in the foreseeable future, for enough money to send one of their own to receive medical training, and, of course, just a large sum of cash.
Ah, I see. And what's your cut?
Excuse me?
Oh, come on, Edmund. You're not doing this for free.
Danny, you're already paying me.
And I will, for Ed, but something tells me that this tribe's ransom demand has been inflated by you.
Danny, are you saying you'd walk away from this? Let Ed Bauer remain a hostage just to avoid paying Edmund?
I'm saying, Carmen, that I don't need your friend Edmund to get Ed back.
That's right. You don't need him anymore, but you do need to come up with the money to rescue Michelle's father. Money you don't have, Danny. But I do.
Aren't you supposed to be in class?
I am. Well, I was. I just took a little break to do some private research.
You still trying to find Ed?
I can't give up, Holly. But, you know, it's difficult to find someone who just doesn't seem to want to be found.
Honey, I did everything I could. I so wanted to find him for you. And Rick.
I know. But it's not just for us. I mean, you can't pretend that my dad wasn't important to you, too.
Oh. Such a long time ago.
Well, I have to call it like I see it. I mean, I think you miss my dad as much as Rick and I do.
It's perfect. It's round.
Yeah.
You didn't get me the carrying case, though.
No, well, at least it's not square.
No, it's not. It's
3 holes instead of 2.
But you know what this says to me? It says, Rick, you got hope. You got hope, and you're going to bowl 300 before you know it. No,
yeah,
no.
Who's bowling 300? You? If you're going to bowl 300, I'll take you on any
you
time
bet.
and challenge.
You bet. And I'll spot you 10 just to make
I
it fair.
couldn't take your points. I don't take advantage of invalids.
Hey, I'll show you who's an invalid, buddy. I'll bowl 300 before you can say, throw me a beer.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that, you know, while you're going through this, I'm going to kind of hold the fort down, you know. Look out for Harley and the kid. You know.
Yeah. Well, don't make me any sicker than I already am.
No, I'm saying, you know, I'm just going to have your back. I'll look out for her. And I'm actually better with kids than you might know.
Well, don't do that. Don't be modest, Gus.
No. I'm just... Listen, I know that nothing takes the place of a real father, right? I mean, that's one thing I do know, so I'm just saying I could pinch it while you're getting better. I'll just pinch it until you make it back on the plate. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate this.
Yeah.
I do. So thought.
I heard
Hey.
you were out here.
So did Nurse Jenny blab to you? Tell you what's going on?
Only under the severest of torture.
I
I
see.
threatened her with bedpan duty.
You're such a mean woman, Dr. Gajo. You
Well-
are so tough.
Can I just say that I'm splitting because I would never touch this guy's bedpan. All right, don't hurt yourself with that thing.
What was that about?
He's such a strange man. So how mad are you at me?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that I'm this mad at you.
You keep that up and you're going to need a new heart.
No, this one's doing just fine. And it's telling me that we need to have a little chat.
Well, I don't know if I like the sounds of that one.
Well, Rick, we need to talk about our future.
Now, look,
Rick, we're gonna have one. And don't pretend otherwise.
Blake! Blake, where are you? Thank God you're all right. You know what Harley has been saying? And why didn't you tell me about this dock worker?
Just let me explain later, okay?
No, you can't explain later. You have to explain right now because the police no longer believe that Tori committed suicide. They think that you somehow have something to do with her death.
What a joke.
Yes, I know that.
Ross, Tori is very much alive.
We will continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
All right, Stewie. Listen, I never asked for a little paid vacation, all right? And apparently I'm not getting my paycheck, so I'll tell you what. Hand me my check, and maybe I'll get out of your face. How's that?
Why don't you let me handle this? So what do you think? You're so special, they're going to pay you not to show up?
You're funny. You're so funny. You should be a stand-up comic.
Listen, I know that this is awkward. Okay, but this is Frank's world, and we're talking about his kid. Of course, they're going to take his side. That's all.
Yeah, right. No one's going to listen to my side, right? No one's going to believe my story. Me against a little girl.
I believe you. Okay? I believe you. So, you know, you take that for what it's worth.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take all of it. I'll take you to an empty interrogation room, and I'll have my way. What do you think of that?
I think I don't want people looking at me through a one-way mirror.
Chicken.
And besides, thanks to you, I am under a truckload of work.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. I should be having my work. I should be under a truckload of work. You got Tony Santos out there as a fugitive. Tori Granger never committed suicide. She's running around somewhere. I've been accused by a young girl, your niece, of dragging her into bed. I mean, I should be working. I have things to do. I could be working.
But you can't work on Marina's case because you are the accused.
Yeah,
You
and
see the
look at how
conflict?
that's going to turn out. Me against a little girl. My word against hers. Who's going to win in that? Not me. I'm going to lose.
Okay, calm down a second. Just, will this make you feel better? How about you do some police work for me? Unofficial police work.
Sure, like what?
Like I think Blake is missing again. So why don't you do me a favor and keep an eye out for her, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
How?
How is that I'm going to take care of this Marina thing. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find out why she did what she did.
You would do that for me.
I would do anything for you. Somebody said that to me once.
What do you mean Tori is alive? That can't be. Do you have any proof?
Oh, you better believe I have proof. Tori faked her death. She's been playing us since day one.
Why has nobody else seen her, Blake?
You did, Ross. That was Tori in Chicago, not me.
Are you... That wasn't you? It was Tori who got into bed with me? What about that videotape that you sent me?
Tori. It was all Tori.
All right, start at the beginning and tell me what happened.
I was on my way to the Writers' Convention in Chicago when I got a phone call from the harbor master's office
someone telling me that Tori's body had been found. Well, that was Tori, and she was alive and well. There was a struggle. I almost escaped, but she rigged a trap door through the floor, and I fell into a cell she'd set up below the office. She kept me prisoner there, taunting me, planning her future with you, threatening the kids if I didn't do what she asked. She forced me to make that videotape telling you I was leaving. It was Tori who drugged you in the hotel room, pretended to be me when she got into bed with you. All those weeks I was gone, I was there, in that cell. And then things got even stranger. I managed to escape and lock Tori in the cell, but then she turned the tables on me, and we ended up getting locked in the cell together, and then I managed to escape again, and I left her locked inside.
Are you telling me that Tori is still
locked inside that cell down there? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Why didn't you go to the police the first time that you escaped, and why the hell didn't you tell me about any of this?
Ross, I tried. Aside from the fact that I was afraid that she was just going to get let out on parole and still be a threat to us and our children, something snapped. I wanted her to suffer the way I suffered. I wanted her to feel the same kind of pain that she put me through, and I didn't say anything to anybody.
God,
I know. But Ross, I want to go to the police now. I just don't know how to explain what happened.
The cell. It's underneath the harbor master's office, and nobody heard you, and nobody saw you or anything. You know, I was there. I found your credit card.
I know, Ross. I planted that card there because I wanted you to find me, but Tori had soundproofed that cell. I was right underneath you when you were there.
And what is the time frame of all of this? I mean, you were prisoner for how long? Since the day that you were supposed to go to Chicago?
Yes, I know that it sounds crazy, but I can prove it to you, Ross. I can prove everything. You just have to come with me. You just follow me, okay?
You know something? I'm really not up for long conversations. It's been a long morning, and I'm going back to my room.
No, it hasn't been that long of a morning. Okay? The only thing you're doing by pretending to be tired is avoiding the subject.
Me avoid? No, I don't. I just want to go bowling. That's all I want to do.
Well, maybe you're afraid to talk about the future with me.
Yeah, you're right. You're damn right, I'm afraid.
Well, so am I. But we have a problem here, because I love you, and you love me, but we're so frozen in fear because of what's happening to you. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I want to take the next step. And I don't want to wait weeks or months to get married. I want to do it now.
I'm sorry, Mel, I really am. But I'm not going to marry you.
Oh, yes. I miss your father very much. He was a big part of my life for a very long time. I wish I could see him come walking through that door right now. But for you, not for me. For you and Rick.
Are you afraid?
No. Why?
Oh, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'll find him and he won't want to come back. Or he won't be able to help Rick. Or he'll have changed in some way that I don't recognize, and he's not like my father anymore.
He will always be your father.
Will he? I mean, he left to go to Africa when he couldn't deal with his life here anymore. And then I'm afraid that maybe he'll be drinking again, and he won't be able to step up and help Rick.
Well, maybe then you shouldn't.
But I love him, and Rick loves him. And we both need someone right now to hold on to. We need our father.
I called every contact, but you know, they need a starting point. Africa is a very large continent. I think maybe Ed doesn't want to be found yet. I'm sorry.
I know. I appreciate what you've done. I gotta go back to class. Thanks.
Holly, I don't want to hurt you, but we've got to get this clear. What I was telling you that night was that I'm scared of you. You scare me. You have the power. You have the potential to completely derail my life. It's not that I won't admit this. I do. But I won't allow it to happen. Now, maybe I've had to think about this more than you because I have to. You know, in AA, you've got to examine your behavior patterns, and you don't have to do that because you're not an alcoholic. But our behavior patterns are not great together. You know, we are self-destructive.
That you love me, and that deep down inside you have always loved me, and now it scares you to death because you're not married anymore and there's nothing to stop you.
Now, why do you care whether or not I bring back Michelle's father?
Danny, I want to help you.
You want to manipulate me, let's be clear.
Why can't you just once believe that my motives are pure? You're in a bind, and I'm in a position to help you get out of it.
I don't seem to recall asking you for your help.
The minute you involved Edmund, you involved me. And what is so wrong with a mother wanting to help her own son? Now, you don't have that kind of money. I know you don't. I do, and I'm willing to give it to you. No strings attached.
You don't mean that. You're just saying no because you have some crazy, noble idea that if we got married and...
Die? You can't even say the word, sweetheart. How do you expect to deal with it when it happens?
Well, I'll deal with it better knowing that we're married.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to leave you as a widow. It's not right or fair.
The fact that you have this virus isn't fair, but it's a reality. And so is my need for you. I need you to be a part of me so badly, I can't even describe it. This isn't about rushing to the altar because you might not get a heart in time. It's about love. It's about commitment. I want to marry you because I can't stand the idea of not being your wife. Look, I know what's right and real and true in my heart. And if you don't let me acknowledge that, I will never forgive you. Never.
Hey. Did I come at a bad time?
No, actually, your timing is just perfect. How do you feel about being a bridesmaid in the very near future?
Take the money, Danny. No strings attached. I mean that. Take the money and go find Michelle's father.
You know, I trusted you more when you openly manipulated me, Carmen.
Danny, we're family. This is what we do.
I'm having a little trouble buying the no strings attached part.
Well, that's perfectly understandable, of course. But tell me, Danny, what is more important? Your mother's so-called strings or your desire to bring back your wife's father?
Well, I got news for both of you. I can bring Michelle's father back without the help of either one of you.
How? With what money? You don't have it, Danny.
There are ways of getting money,
Of
Mother.
course there are other ways. And I would think that after all this time you spent trying to separate yourself from those ways, you wouldn't want to jeopardize your marriage and go back there.
Oh. Thanks for the offer. But no thanks. I'll handle this one.
You're making a mistake.
Well, something tells me taking your money would be an even bigger mistake.
Honey, I distinctly recall telling you not to overplay your hand.
Oh, so this is my fault.
I just think a lighter touch might have gotten him to accept your offer.
Danny has too much integrity for that, something you wouldn't know anything about.
Maybe not. But it's my lack of integrity that found Ed Bauer. Having no scruples comes in very handy when you want to get something done. So don't be a hypocrite, Carmen. And don't make me out to be one either.
Sometimes I forget who I'm talking to.
Well, it's a mistake I advise you not to make in the future.
Believe me, I won't.
Olivia Spencer, please. This is Danny Santos. Tell her it's urgent.
You'll see her, Ross. You'll see how crazy she is, and you will realize that I had no choice with it.
Look, where are we? What is this?
This is where she kept me.
Blake, there is no cell here.
I don't understand. Ross, that's a trap door. I fell through from up there, through into... This is where I broke through this wall, and there's this other room here with all these bottles, and I had a cot here where she kept me. She had bars. How did she get out? How did she get rid of this?
There's no cell.
She held me hostage right here. I'm not crazy. She had to have escaped. How did she escape?
Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Something happened here. I am telling the truth.
Blake, it's time for you to go home and see the kids. Now, yes, we're going to figure out what to do once we get home.
Tori is alive. She is alive, and she hates me. She wants to kill me. Ross, Tori is alive.
I know that. I know.
This has been Guiding Light.
Monday, the King of Queens has 2 words you never thought you'd hear him say.
No pudding. No pudding? No pudding.
Then, when you run into a little trouble, it's nice to have a supportive wife. And who's the bigger success, Ray or his brother?
You're a lieutenant in the New York City Police Department.
What about me?
You're fine. You're married to me.
Next, how do you save a man at the end of his rope?
You're a good-looking guy.
This is a really bad time for me to start a new relationship.
Great. I'd rather hang himself than go out with me.
TV's biggest night of comedy, CBS Monday.
They're coming from 75 countries, the most beautiful and talented women in the world.
And the winner is...
Each has high hopes and expectations. But Wednesday, only one will conquer the universe. Join hosts Phil Simms and Daisy Fuentes with superstar performer Mark Anthony. Live from the beautiful and exotic island of Puerto Rico. Don't miss the biggest pageant of them all. Who will be Miss Universe? CBS Wednesday.